Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to another Magic Arena Explorer video. So today we are playing some Azorius Flash, so a blue-white playing cards at instant speed. So we have some pretty interesting additions to this deck from the new set. So most specifically we have Aven Interrupter. So this is a 2/2 in white, flying bird rogue with flash. When it enters the battlefield, exile target spell, it becomes plotted, and spells your opponent cast from graveyards or from exile cost 2 generic mana more to cast. So this is a very good tempo play. Not dissimilar to Spell Queller in the way that it works, so that it kind of exiles a spell away, and the opponent may get it back later. Obviously, when it's plotted, they can play it on a future turn at sorcery speed. It will only cost them 2, providing our Aven Interrupter is still on the battlefield, so they will more often than not manage to play it again. But that tempo loss and the damage we can do them in the meantime may be enough to carry us through. And sometimes you can, if you say, exile a counter spell or something that is useless at sorcery speed, means that you do kind of just get rid of the card forever. So there are those kind of marginal cases as well. And then we're also running 2 copies of Stoic Sphinx. So this is a 3/5 with flash and flying for 4 mana, so pretty good rate, and it has hexproof as long as you haven't cast a spell this turn. So the way that our deck works, casting so many things at instant speed, yes, we will be able to very often just attack with the Stoic Sphinx, do 5 damage in a way that the opponent finds difficult to interact with if they don't have a flying creature, and then just pass the turn. And then there's only very small windows where the Stoic Sphinx becomes vulnerable to the opponent. So that's a good new card for the deck as well. And then we're also running 2 copies of 3 Steps Ahead, which is currently down here at the 1-drop slot. Obviously, it's not really a 1-drop; it's more of a 3-drop. So because it's a spree card, so one blue mana plus any combination of the following. So we can pay 1 and a blue to counter target spell. So 3 mana counter spell, a little below rate for constructed formats. 3 generic mana, create a token that's a copy of target artifact or creature you control, and then 2 generic mana, draw 2 cards, then discard a card. So very versatile. It's been compared to Archmage's Charm in Modern and Timeless and formats like that. That kind of modal ability that's about countering spells, drawing cards, and kind of doing other shenanigans. So it'll be interesting to see how that one performs. So those are the new cards in the deck, and then just running through what else we have. So 4 copies of Consider, very good card selection, card filtering. 3 copies of Spectral Sailor, a good 1-drop with flash and flying, which later in the game we can pump mana into to draw some cards. Spell Pierce, that's part of our counterspell package, along with 4 No More Lies, which is the best counterspell in the format, and our 3 steps ahead. So some good counterspells to play here. Then we've got some removal at 2 mana with 2 copies of Get Lost, so this can really remove most things which the opponent might be playing that we want to get rid of. 4 copies of Fairy Mastermind, so this is a more recent addition to the format, but about a year old now, actually. 2/1 with flash and flying for 2. Whenever an opponent draws their second card each turn, you draw a card. You can pay 4 to say each player draws a card. So this is often worth flashing in if the opponent's kind of attempting to draw extra cards in their turn. Then we do get a little bit of value out of that. 2 copies of Malcolm Alluring Scoundrel, another 2/1 with flash and flying, and whenever Malcolm deals combat damage to a player, you put a chorus counter on it, then draw a card and discard a card. If there are 4 or more chorus counters on Malcolm, you may cast the discarded card without paying its mana cost. I mean, that's quite cute, and may or may not happen, but the kind of the loot ability is what we're really doing here, just to help sculpt our hand. Then our 3-drops, as well as our interrupters and our 3 steps ahead. We've got 2 Cutsil's Flankers, so another flash creature with various different modes of abilities when it enters the battlefield, so we can kind of respond to a removal spell and make it bigger. We can gain life and scry, or we can exile a graveyard. 2 Brazen Borrowers, so 3/1 flash flying, but also with an adventure attached. Then, as well as our Stoic Sphinx, we've got 3 copies of the Wandering Emperor and 1 Memory Deluge, so everything in our main deck can be cast at instant speed, so that's very much what we're trying to do here. I think we're running 23 lands, as we have a relatively low to the ground curve, and we will be hopefully drawing more cards as well. So a couple of Restless Anchorages, which are tap lands, so we will have to keep an eye on that with our 1-drops, but a good creature land as well. Hall of Storm Giants is another good creature land. And then we're also running Cave of the Frost Dragon, so we're not entirely reliant on our creatures sticking around. We can use our lands to kind of make this act as a pseudo-control deck. And then an Iganjo and Ottawara, as well as our utility lands. Then at the sideboard, we have another Spell Pierce and 2 Dovin's Vetoes, so more counter spells to bring in. Pithing Needle, so this shuts down Planeswalkers and the like. Particularly, there's a lot of Jace combo, the new Jace running around at the moment, so shutting off Jace is probably a good bet against that strategy. Containment Priest, good against the vampires. If the opponent tries to cheat in a Vein Ripper, then Containment Priest says no. Invasion of Gobakan, disrupting the opponent's hand and then later protecting our creatures. We've seen this before. A couple of Rest in Peace, Graveyard Hate. Mostly, we're not that fussed about our own graveyard being exiled. Obviously, it's a bit of a non-though with Memory Deluge, but that won't often come up. 2 Guardian of Faiths, this is a good way of protecting our creatures from mass removal. And then Tashana's Tidebinder, very, very good, more recent addition to the format, 3/2 with Flash. When it enters the battlefield, counter up to 1 target activated or triggered ability. If an ability of an artifact, creature, or planeswalker is countered this way, that permanent loses all abilities for as long as Tidebinder remains on the battlefield. So this can shut down planeswalkers, it can shut down shielded triggers, all kinds of things. So there will be decks when this becomes a pretty potent effect. So yeah, that is the deck, Azorius Flash, running a few new cards, so it'll be interesting to see how these perform. I do like this strategy. I've played it a couple of times before on the channel. It's very annoying to play against for the opponents, but fun to use, and that's what we're all about here. So thank you very much for watching. As ever, hit those like and subscribe buttons if you haven't already, and yeah, let's go on to the ladder. Okay, we're starting off on the play. Yeah, this is a decent enough opening hand. Would prefer to have a counter spell, but probably not worth mulliganing, and we can always consider and look for something else. Okay. I don't really mind too much what they take here. They might take Borrower. No? Okay. Consider is fair enough. Fairy Mastermind's a decent draw. Interesting. What are the odds of them having a fatal push? Probably about 100%. Yep. Well, you can't say we weren't prepared. Okay, I will need another land to make this hand actually playable. Otherwise we'll get stuck with a whole load of our 4-drops, which is not ideal. Ooh, Mono Black Devotion, fair enough. Well, let's keep running them through some removal spells if they have them. Okay, that's fine. Good, good, good. So we got many options here. The Wandering Emperor is tempting. I think I'll chill on that now, actually, and just play Stoic Sphinx. Let's start pressuring their life total. Okay, they go to 9, so they're just outside of dead range at the moment. But I do have the Wandering Emperor. See if they attack here. Yeah, I will. This does leave Sphinx vulnerable, but I think it's probably worth it here.
I hope you're ready to lose.
So let's exile Shieldred. Gain some life.
You are not much of a roadblock.
Yes, unsurprisingly there, but
Show them how we greet our enemies.
so the virtue of persistence could be a problem. Ah, so they're running the Bloodletter of Aklazot's combo. Oh, fair enough. Now let's chill on anything else and just memory deluge here. Hopefully grabbing a counterspell of some description. No. That's pretty bad, actually. Well, if they have the old combo, we may well just be dead here.
Strike fast and strike hard.
How come when I was playing this deck, I never managed to make Bloodletter stick around? No Rush of Dread. Okay, that's not a Rush of Dread. Ooh, the tension. The tension's unbearable. Okay. That's fine. Oh. Confounded cheek, how dare you? Right, well, let's make them lose the Bloodletter here.
I have got new moves to teach you.
Which will cut down on their devotion. Oh, I could have killed them with Restless Anchorage, couldn't I? Darn. Well, we'll bear that in mind in the future. That's fine by itself. We are at least presenting 3 lethal threats now. Okay, well, they've got a lot of mana. But their Virtue of Persistence is coming too late if they're going to play it. Could have activated Hall of Storm Giants as well. Oh well. I don't think it's going to make a huge amount of difference here. I've only got creatures in. Oh yeah, I suppose I could just use my Memory Deluge. So let's play Stoic Sphinx. Good game. Mono Black Devotion. So Dovin's Veto. Invasion, I think, is reasonable here. So is Tashana's Tidebinder. Is it? Maybe it isn't. Spell. Let's have in Spell Pierce. Fairy Masterminds. They're not really drawing extra cards here, to be honest. Maybe we'll trim those. Though it's a reasonable threat, actually. Aven Interrupter. I mean, it could interrupt their combo for a turn. Yeah, let's ditch Malcolm. One No More Lies on the draw. And one flanker, I think. Let's just get rid of both flankers. I don't think Virtue of Persistence is around often enough to justify justifying graveyard hate. Sorry, I will finish my train of thought. I will chill on Invasion of Gobakan here. We have enough interesting stuff going on that I don't think we need it quite yet. Maybe with Spell Pierce back up it becomes a bit better. Let's send a Fairy Mastermind to the inevitable slaughter of Fatal Push. Rip. Could do with another land here. Get rid of that. Hey, it survived. No land, though. Interrupter might be quite good here, just to get some more tempo and a creature on the battlefield. Yeah, I could send that away. Let's just No More Lies that, I think. That way it just gets rid of the virtue, and we don't need to think about it. Still no land. Well, I will chill. What can they do with 5 mana? No. No. Okay. Well, let's consider that is not a land. That is. So let's take a sneak peek in their hand. Well, I'll make Beseech the Mirror more expensive. Okay, Shieldred's pretty good. Play the Light Shield Array, pass the turn. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Let's interrupt that. Get out! So I could take another sneaky peek in their hand. Don't think I need to hold back a blocker yet, but I will do soon. This is going to be close. Yep. Interesting. So we go to 6. I think we hit them for 9 here. Let me just hold back 2 blockers. So they go to 11. I go to 4. Actually, that extra card draw on Fairy Mastermind might kill me here. Fortunately, it won't. Right, so let's block. Sack Light Shield Array. I go to 2. Oof. Close game. Good game. What's the opponent playing? Gigantha. Just in case they have like a smuggler's copter or something. So they're going pretty aggro on us here. Pierce that. So we go to 11. Play Fairy Mastermind. Pass the turn. Well, it's a problem. At least they're Stormseeker. Yes, now I get to draw a card. Oh, stop it. You're impressing no one.
I'm not overconfident. You're just underwhelming. I am almost sad to see you go.
Grow our
We've got the edge in
Mastermind.
this fight.
Don't like his vibes. Stop the Stormseeker from flipping. Hold back Cutsel's flanker. Not again. Yeah, let's keep the Wandering Emperor alive here. Gain 2, scry 2. Neither of these I think are doing us any good here. Let's just get rid of that.
Try not to miss me.
I don't
You
love
are not
burning the
capable.
Emperor, but... Ah! I will take the 1, dutifully. Nope. Please, better. That is worst possible, I think. Pass the turn. Another land. Yes, unfortunately. Maybe I should have just kept the better. So, let's activate our Restless Anchorage. Double block Chariot. Yep. Dead through terrible draws. Right, well, Spell Pierce, Dovin's Veto, Pithing Needle. Three steps ahead is too slow. What else? What else? Get Lost, I don't love here, just because they could always use the map tokens. And we'll trim an Interrupter as well. I think that will be fine. So I'm basically just going to be countering everything they do. Which is A-okay with me. That's very nice. Very nice indeed. More land, please. Thank you. Deluge or Emperor? Let's Emperor here, I think.
Run away. Looking safer. Guards, to me. May your
Consider, hopefully find another land. Not that one though. So I might just tempo their Inti back to their hand. That's fine. It's a pretty sad rending volley to just kill one Wandering Emperor token. It's a reasonable draw. So let's send that away. They're not that interested in saving the Wandering Emperor here.
I guess that's it then.
Pass the turn. Yeah, we're being slightly bullied by this deck now. So we'll take the damage here. Hope for something good for a Memory Deluge. Yep, those are both reasonable. That's not. Okay. Well, send that back. Do. Now at least we can trade with their Inti. Go to 7. The fact that this just isn't flipping is really annoying. I think I'm just going to have to do this. Main phase. Get rid of that. Spell, play Spectral Sailor. Just make it daytime again, please. Okay, let's keep the Wandering Emperor alive here.
I have got new moves to teach you.
No. This way at least I can double spell. On their turn I can Brazen Borrower and Fairy's Mastermind. Yeah, I mean, why not? Borrower. Let's block and block. Play Mastermind.
Guards, to me.
I think I'm just going to have to hit them as quickly as possible so they can exile something with Clothis. Yep. So I go to 7, they're on 9. No. Absolutely not. Does this do it for us? I think so, because we can shock in Hollowed Fountain, grow our Interrupter, activate Hall of Storm Giants,
Strike hard.
attack with all. Cool. God, that one felt difficult. Right, so. How am I doing this on the draw? Oh, do I want Get Lost? Or Invasion? Let's put Invasion in. Take out another Interrupter. And one Spell Pierce, I think, here. Yeah, this is okay. Sure thing. Okay, I'll take the 4. Play Fairy Mastermind. Okay, how do I want to do this? I think I should hold... I could just play Cutsel's Flanker here. The trouble is, if I do that, they might be able to then follow up with a Seeker's Chariot. So yeah, I think I'm going to let the Storm Seeker flip here. Yep. I should have bounced before that triggered, but... Alright, let's go to 10. Pass the turn. Flash in the Wandering Emperor.
I'm not overconfident. You're just underwhelming. You are not much of a roadblock.
Now, how much land do I need here? So I could play Cutsel's Flanker and immediately plus it. Immediately plus the Wandering Emperor, that is. Or I could just make a 2-2 and burn the Wandering Emperor. We're on daytime. These are tough choices, aren't they? Let's do it this way, I think. I don't want Mastermind here, I don't think, but another flanker is A-OK. Make it a 4-2.
I have got new
Pass the turn. Okay.
Until next time, then.
So let's stick the flanker in our hand. Okay, another creature's pretty good here. Don't like it. Yep. But we are clinging on by the absolute skin of our teeth here. So we'll take 2. We'll go to 9. Go to 3. Pass the turn. That's a problem. And I think a lethal one? Is there anything I can do here to gain life? Don't think so. Yeah, because I'll play the Wandering Emperor and they'll just kill me in response. Ah, what a close game. Interesting. Very interesting and close. Okay, you're going to want to kill me right now. There we are. Ooh, that was close. Interesting, though. Fun and interesting. So yeah, 2 pretty good games. So yeah, no, this deck did okay. I think if it wasn't for a couple of misplays, I might have survived that third match, the third game. It's hard to say in that one. Just the constant shifting to night makes it very hard to stop their Storm Seekers because they're just so powerful when they're in night mode. So yeah, a flash deck is not so great when you're struggling with day-night combos. But yeah, no, reasonably impressive. Did okay. I'm sure there are better. This is a relatively new build, so it can probably be tuned. But yeah, interesting nonetheless. So thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hit those like and subscribe buttons as ever, and I'll see you next time.